Hey everyone, welcome back to Lucid Gaming. I am You Will Become Lucid, and I'm back here again today with another episode of Nightmare Fuel, the series where I explore creepypastas, creepy gaming Easter eggs, creepy games, and talk to you guys about creepy gaming theories. Today, I am going to attempt to make a dent in the infamous and ever-growing Great Pokemon War theory. So sit back, relax, and let's check it out. Pokemon is easily one of the most beloved and recognizable franchises in history. Each story puts you in the shoes of a burgeoning young Pokemon trainer as they journey out into the world to catch 'em all, and in the process, get pulled into a quest to defeat an evil power that threatens their way of life. It's a tried and true formula that provides hours upon hours of thrilling and enjoyable gameplay. Throw in some cutesy animals and a bright, vivid color palette, and you've got yourself an innocent game that could keep any kid occupied for days on end. Innocent. Right. No. You stay down. I'll get to you later. So on to the theory. The Great Pokemon War refers to a fan theory that Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow actually take place shortly after a crippling and bloody war between the Kanto region and another rival nation or nations. It is said that this war utilized Pokemon to burn down cities and eviscerate opposing military forces and civilians alike. As evidence, the original theory points out that the main character of these games has no father because they likely died in the Great War, and the main character's rival has no parents for the same reason. This would also be why the main character's mother recognizes you as the man of the house, allowing you to wander off and adventure at your leisure. I mean, you're 12 for God's sake. The original post goes on to tell us that the Great War is the reason we see so many hospitals and gyms everywhere, but no other form of entertainment such as movie theaters. I would even go a step further and suggest that the gyms were originally used as Pokemon training facilities or proving grounds for the creatures that would eventually be added to the military armory of that region. The war may also explain why the only men we meet in these games are much older or involved in military or crime syndicates. These professions would be persistent through a near-apocalyptic war. I would draw your attention to games like Fallout, where the two biggest industries after the nuclear apocalypse are the military-industrial complex, or what's left of it anyway, and the drug trade. Now, it seems insane that I'm even comparing Pokemon, a children's handheld RPG, to Fallout, a post-apocalyptic shooter with horror elements that frequently references the Lovecraftian lore. But the more I think about it, the more sane it kinda seems to become. The original post also draws our attention briefly to Lieutenant Surge, a character that I think is integral to the theory. Lieutenant Surge is a gym leader in Vermilion City that provides you with the Thunder Badge upon his defeat, and he specializes in electric-type Pokemon. He is regarded as a tough commanding officer and a cautious leader. The reason I think that he is so important to the theory is because he may actually reference the Great Pokemon War, or at least a Great Pokemon War. In Pokemon Red and Blue, Lieutenant Surge tells the main character that electric Pokemon saved me during the war. They zapped my enemies into paralysis, the same as I'll do to you. This ominous and objectively violent dialogue tells us that war is very real in the Pokemon universe, and that Pokemon are utilized as armament. The remark about paralysis may also hint at the fact that Lieutenant Surge may have helped capture prisoners of war. Heavy stuff. Of course, this is a fan theory, so it doesn't end there. Other theorists have suggested that the Ore region from Pokemon Colosseum and Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness is the site of a massive nuclear attack that left the region covered in mostly desert and killed off a great deal of the human and Pokemon population. Another theorist offers cultural evidence of a war. They suggest that the big architectural and cultural differences between the Johto and Kanto regions, alongside the hyper-industrialization of Goldenrod City, point to the possibility that Kanto attempted to annex Johto. Now, there is a lot more to the Johto-Kanto theory, and it would take me forever to go into all of it. So I'm just going to leave a few links down below in the description, and you can explore it further at your leisure. The point of it all is that Kanto and Johto were major players in the war, and Kanto ultimately conquered Johto and offered to help them industrialize through the creation of Goldenrod City, which is way more industrialized than any other part of Johto. This may also mean that Kanto let Johto keep most of their traditional ways in much of the region. Finally, I want to add my own personal touch to this theory and point out Pokemon Tower in Lavender Town. Now, there are tons and tons and tons of creepypasta and creepy theories that focus on Lavender Town because it's creepy and weird and just out of place for Pokemon and for Nintendo games in general. I mean, these are kids' games. What the hell is a graveyard doing there? Could this tower be a memorial to the Pokemon that laid down their lives for the cause of the Great Pokemon War? Could it be that the ghost and zombie Pokemon that reside within Pokemon Tower have been mutated by nuclear radiation? Could it be that the evolution of Pokemon and the ever-growing number of species of Pokemon is also a direct result of nuclear fallout? Think about it. There are so many questions revolving around Lavender Town and Pokemon Tower, and this theory may offer some answers. I could go on and on about the Great Pokemon War theory. It has endless possibilities and fits pretty nicely into the overall Pokemon lore. I love the concept. It adds layers upon layers upon layers upon layers upon layers to a game that looks so simple and innocent on the face of it. I mean, off the top of my head, I have so many questions about the war. Were legendary Pokemon considered the nuclear option? Who started the war? How long ago did it actually take place? After reading this theory, I want to go back and look for evidence to see how this theory changes the overall feel of the games for me. This theory offers a creepier and deeper tone to the game and begs the player to uncover a truth that no one talks about and a history buried with the dead. Well, that's all I had about the Great Pokemon War theory. Thank you all for watching. I am You Will Become Lucid with Lucid Gaming. Please comment, like, and subscribe for more. Tell me about your own theories about the Great Pokemon War in the comments down below. And as always, keep gaming and stay lucid.
On your Game Boy, that's where. Pokemon for Game Boy is here. With both packs, you can catch them all.